Hey everybody, greetings from Alpharetta, Georgia. We are so excited that your church is one of 40 churches across the country and around the world launching the Be Rich campaign today. Thank you for being a part of this year's extravaganza of generosity, joining our 6 Atlanta area churches as well as our North Point online audience in alphabetical order, and be sure to make your presence known. We have Anthem Church in Florida, Athens Church from right here in the state of Georgia, Beachside Community Church, Bethel, Philadelphia Mills, Citrus Point Church, Fraser Point Church, Greenbrier Church, Lake Oconee Church, LCBC in Pennsylvania, all 9 campuses. Again, thanks for joining us for this year's Be Rich campaign. Longleaf Church in Warner Robins, Georgia. New Beginnings Community Church, New Vintage Church out in California. North Tarrant Church in Fort Worth. Northbridge Community Church, and Open House Church in Costa Rica. We're so glad you guys are joining us this year. We also have Providence Church out in Texas, River Rock Church, South Point Church in South Africa. Welcome once again to the Be Rich campaign. Southside Church, both campuses, Peachtree City and Noonan. Two Cities Church out in California, and Vita Inn out in Mexico. You guys have 2 campuses. Thanks so much for joining us this year. We have Waypoint Community Church, again from South Africa, and then Wiregrass Church in both Bainbridge, Georgia and Dothan, Alabama. You should just all give yourselves a hand. You see, combined, get this, combined, that's over 92,000 adults, students, and children. 92,000 being rich together, and that is amazing. Now, for those of you who have participated before, you know what Be Rich is, and you know what's in store. Our churches here in the Atlanta area are going into our 10th year of this initiative, and along with Easter, it has become one of my favorite Sundays of the year. Our Be Rich campaign is how we give, serve, and love our local communities. Now, the name Be Rich comes from something the Apostle Paul told his protege, Timothy. He instructed him with the following instructions. He said, Timothy, command those who are rich in this present world to do good and to be rich in good deeds, and to be generous and willing to share. And so that is what we are going to do together. We're going to be rich toward others, we're going to be rich in good deeds, and we're going to be generous and willing to share. Now, the Apostle Paul's instruction is directed toward a very specific audience. He's talking to those who are rich in this present world. And this is where we are quick to give ourselves an out, to give ourselves a pass, because that's not us, is it? That's not me. I'm not rich. At least I don't feel rich. And my guess is that you don't either. But let's not move past that assumption too quickly. Here is a staggering statistic. Did you know, according to the Global Rich List, if you make $33,000 a year or more, you are in the top 1% of wage earners in the world, the top 1%. In other words, at $33,000 American dollars or its equivalent, you earn more money than 99 out of every 100 people in the world, which means, are you ready for this? That nearly all of us are rich by global standards, whether we feel rich or not. And as I said earlier, if we're honest, part of the problem is we just don't feel rich, regardless of our income. And that is part of the problem. And that's why we do Be Rich. You see, the reason that most of us don't feel rich is that most of us just aren't very good at being rich. When it comes to spending, we tend to spend all that we make, and often more than we make. We live without any financial margin, and that lack of margin spills over into other areas of our lives. And as many of us have discovered, where there's no margin, there's no peace, no matter how much money you make. And when it comes to giving, we're no better at being rich. On average, the more a person makes, the less they give. As their income increases, the percentage that they give decreases. Or another way of saying the same thing is this: the richer we get, the less generous we become. Again, we're just not very good at being rich. So, over the next few weeks, we are all going to practice being rich toward others. We're going to give, we're going to serve, and we're going to love those around us. We're going to unleash a wave of generosity in our communities, and we're going to ask all of you to participate. And that's always our aim every single year, for everyone to participate in Be Rich. Now, over the past several months, your church staff has identified some of the best charities, some of the best nonprofits in your community. And they have in turn, those charities have in turn identified their needs so that through your church's generosity, their dreams can come true when it comes to impacting your local communities. Being rich toward others is good for us as individuals, and it makes a difference for the nonprofit partners and organizations in your community, and it makes a huge difference for those they serve. The local church, don't you believe this is true? The local church should be known for its compassion and its generosity. And Be Rich provides us with an opportunity to do just that, to unleash a wave of compassion and generosity in our communities.